So sorry, just checking. Are you and Sarah like together in the same house?
She is over in the lounge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going through her Instagram and I saw you guys were like holding hands at cans and stuff, and I'm going, oh right, that explains a lot. Right, okay. Hello, and welcome back to the Last Movie Outpost. We've got another special interview, this time with Louis James, star of The River of Blood. Hello, Louis. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Not a problem, not a problem. Well, we've got a new British indie movie coming out called River of Blood. It is described as four kayakers take a wrong turn, take the wrong river in a jungle inhabited by a tribe of merciless cannibals. For those people who haven't seen the movie yet, how would you describe it?
Whoa, it's I'd say it's an action adventure movie. Hey, if you like movies like Deliverance, Predator, Rambo, there's a bit of everything for everyone in there. You know, you can't go into the jungle and not not
Just a
watch
sprinkle of cannibalism as well.
just a sprinkle of that. Yeah, it could have gone a lot more crazy, I think, with the cannibals, and I think Howard wanted to, but this is a bit more PC for all audiences to some degree. To some degree.
I mean, with it, then it doesn't go down the route of like Cannibal Holocaust or Cannibal Ferox, because those were kind of video nasties back in the day. It doesn't quite go that extreme, though, does it? It's a bit more, I don't want to say family friendly, but audience friendly.
It's an audience-friendly cannibal movie.
Yeah,
Oh
which we
dear.
don't get enough of these days, eh?
True. No, it's subtle in some ways, and I think it's beautiful cinematography, and that's why to me it feels like an action adventure movie, and not just like an action horror,
Yeah.
because of the way it's shot, and there's a lot of action, right? There's a lot of stuff that happens that we go through. So
Do you do most of your own stunts?
yes, all of them in the movie actually. Yeah, all of
Can't afford a stunt man. Are you crazy?
them.
No, so fair
It-
play. So I mean, again, some of the like choreography, the fighting, and everything else was pretty harsh. Do you have to go through like a fair amount of training for that kind of thing?
Thank you. Well, I feel like I feel like every movie before leads into the next one, and it's just doing a lot of fight choreo over the years in various movies, and yeah, I mean Nelson, who was playing one of the cannibals, who I worked with quite a lot in a lot of those scenes, he was an athlete, I think, and so he was in tune with his body, so we were able to block very quickly the moves and have a few camera rehearsals, and then just get straight on with it. So yeah, but it's always risky. You're in the jungle. It's dark. It's slippery. There's
Yeah.
mud. There's water. There's bugs. There's everything, and you've only got so much time. So you've got to just be really focused and competent and go for it. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, where was it filmed?
Thailand.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I've just spoken with Sarah, and she said she didn't have that much fun with the bugs and so forth. How did you get on over there? Because I mean, weirdly, I mean, being British people, if we see an ant, we're kind of running a mile. Whereas obviously the jungles of Thailand, there are some pretty hairy creatures out there.
Yeah, and it's a horror movie in itself because you're shooting at night time, so all you can hear are all these sounds around you, and the camera's rolling, so you don't want to stop what you're doing, and then you'll hear cuts, and then you'll look down at your skin, and there'll be like these red ants just clawed into you, and spiders flying around. So at some point you just have to go through that barrier of fear, and just think, just bring it on. We're here. We're going through it, and
That
let's get
takes
this
your
movie.
acting to a whole new level. Because I mean, you guys were really good within the movie, but if you were going through that at the same time, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was a real adventure. Like, I'm a celebrity. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. That kind of thing.
I mean, with it though, did you guys ultimately have fun?
Oh, it was a blast. The Thai crew, they were so hardworking and lovely to be around, and they looked after us. And the fellow cast members were wonderful. Howard's a wonderful director. So yeah, I'd do it all over again. It really was a once in a lifetime kind of adventure to get taken to the Thai jungle. To go in there and shoot a movie. It was special. It really was.
'Cause, I mean, you've worked with Howard before, Howard J. Ford, and ultimately you kind of work together with the same group of guys and stuff. Is that a good thing?
I think so. I think it's always nice to rotate sometimes. Crew and cast and all that. But what I've realised is when making a movie isn't easy. It's tough, So you're going into the jungle, or you're going into caves. We just did a movie in the caves called Bonekeeper. I'll talk about that in a minute. And you want people around you that you have a shared kind of language with, that can move fast, move efficiently, that
Spoken
you can
language.
trust. Yeah, that are going to show up on time, that are not going to let you down. So I've produced a lot of my own stuff, and I've directed a couple of things now, and there's a reason that I get it. Producers and directors and lean towards people they've worked with, and they know that they can write to their strengths and
Yeah.
how they can push them in certain situations. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. Howard's a great guy and very, very collaborative. He's very kind and giving, and same as the fellow cast members. Wonderful to work with. So yeah.
With it, how did you meet Howard originally?
I met Howard at a party in Cannes. Cannes. It sounds
Okay.
very glamorous, doesn't it?
Oh
Yeah. So I
yeah.
went along.
Oh no, I go to them all the time.
Oh, sorry. No, it's how it happened. We went to a party, and he was there, and he'd asked us to come the next day to shoot part of a teaser for a project he was doing called Escape, which you might have seen or heard about. And he
No,
he, he
I'm
said,
kind of catching up slowly on some of the indie movies and
"Oh,
stuff,
you'll
so
love it.
it's on my watch list.
I've got a feeling you'll love Escape. It's a really underrated movie. Didn't get out there far enough, I don't think, and wide enough. So please check it out. We're happy to
Oh
come
yeah.
back on and talk about that. It's Sarah's really go through it in that movie. Really goes through it. So check it out. But anyway, Howard was shooting a teaser, some scenes for Escape, and you hear it a lot in the business. Directors saying, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
shooting this tomorrow next," and then it never happens. And then,
Yeah.
hey, lo and behold, the next day, there he was with his camera gear and shooting, and he said to me, "Will you open this door for me? I need a charmer to let the girls come in." I said, "Yeah, sure, fine." And so I always joke and say he opened the door to my career in the. So yeah, check it out and you'll see. But it was a great movie, a lot of fun. We met in Cannes, we stayed close, got a very good energy. So he likes working fast and getting things off the ground, and just going out there and doing it. So that's what we've been doing. We just wrapped up on Bonekeeper. I'm not sure if
Right.
Sarah mentioned that. Shot that in Wales with John Rhys Davis of Lord of the
Wow.
Rings fame. Yeah,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. So Howard once again. We were down in caves going through it. But hey, let's talk about River of Blood, because that's coming out in the USA
That's the
in
one
a
we're
few days.
focusing on. It's kind of weird because I've been able to see the movie. I've got a screener, but I can't do a review yet. I was told not to put up a review yet, and it's kind of annoying because I want to tell people about it. But this is as close as I can get. There will be a review incoming when we get the embargo. They keep saying review embargoes, and embargo sounds much more serious than it is. But
I know, right? It's one of those things, isn't it? When you get into the movie business, and there's all a lot of legalities and all that
yeah,
business. But hey, the fans just want to hear about the movies,
yeah.
and they go and see it. But hey,
Oh
you
no,
can hint towards
absolutely.
that a bit.
I am going to highly recommend River of Blood because, like I say, I've been a fan of things like Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Feroz. I went through like a whole phase of extreme cinema and stuff. And like I say, it's not quite as heavy as that, but it is just good to see just that sort of, I don't want to say good old fashioned because there's no such thing as a good old fashioned cannibal movie. It is, like you say, an action thriller set in the jungle, and it was great fun. Do you enjoy working in the British movie industry?
Yeah, I really enjoy it, and there's lots of opinions on how the landscape is changing, but it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of opportunity out there. You can get cynical about stuff, as an actor, you can, but you've got to get out there. And there's lots of people that are raring to go, that want to go out there and shoot stuff. So, yeah, I mean, look, hey, I'm living the dream. I love it. I've been trying to work towards this for years,
Yeah,
Bob, a year. Here we are. So, and all jokes aside, the glamour of places like Cannes or even Berlin, AFM, all these other film markets and festivals around the world, Fright Festival, show up. People should show up. You meet other creators, other people that want to go make stuff and shoot stuff and have fun. I think that's the most important thing. Have fun making the damn movies, because one day you look back and all you've got is the memories, of where
yeah.
I was shooting, what laugh we had. And hey, if you can string a living from that, then yeah, you're winning, I think.
No, fair play. Like I say, I think it's important to promote, and we've been doing what we can to promote indie movies, British movies, and just those films that just go under the radar because they don't have, like, for example, I was complaining the other day about Superman. That every time you turn on social media, there was Superman. They get all this kind of free advertising and free marketing, but the indie movies and the British movies, they have so much more heart than something like Superman. I can't get enough of them myself.
No, you're right, and I think you mentioned it there. The Americans, I think, their gift to the world is marketing, and
Yeah.
they know how to market hell out of anything. And I think we could do with more of that. The movies are there. Shows like yours, are fantastic. We should get out there more and talk about them, share them. The internet's a powerful thing. So, hats off to you doing what you're doing.
No worries. Okay, we have got a quick fire round to get to know Louis a bit better.
Oh,
Tea or coffee?
coffee.
Really? You're British? How dare you?
I'm part Italian, so there we are.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're off the hook with that one then. Which actor would you love to work with?
Tom Cruise.
That's what Sarah said. That's strange.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
You're both, obviously both big fans. What's the best movie ever made?
Oh, wow. Okay. You put me on the spot. And obviously, okay,
Does
so on the
change.
spot,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the man. Sorry for the language. There's two I'm gonna say. Sorry, my gut told me to say The Godfather. That was the kind of like
It's one of my go-tos.
However, I want to put Rocky in there as well. Sorry, I'm giving you two.
No, that's fine. That's all right. Don't worry.
Because you said it earlier. Rocky had the heart. It had the
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah. What's your favourite movie? Doesn't have to be The Godfather or Rocky. What's your favourite film?
It is actually Rocky, but hey, let's go with something else. I really like Jerry Maguire.
That's exactly what Sarah said.
Did you really? We're meant for each other.
That's so random. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Favourite TV show?
Does The Simpsons count?
Oh, no, totally. Yeah, no, I'm a massive fan of The Simpsons. They hit peak a long time ago, but no, I love The Simpsons. There's nothing wrong with that. If there was a movie from history you wish you could have starred in, what movie would it be?
A movie from history?
Yeah, as in anything made in the past, what kind of movie would you love to have starred in? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
River of Blood, obviously.
Obviously. No, I think if we're going from history, oh man, that's a tough one. I'm going to say Spartacus.
Okay. Oh, good answer. Working with Kubrick would have been quite the interesting thing, I imagine. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
That's the right answer. Have you ever been starstruck, and who by?
Yes, I have, and it was Tom Cruise.
All right, fair enough. Did you actually meet him and sort of say hello? Did you? Or?
Yeah, I was working on Ready Player One.
Wow.
It's a motion. Yeah, I was in motion capture. So dream come true. Working with Spielberg on that for about 2 months, and we used to muck around on set. 'Cause a lot of the time, you sit around. It's up at Warner Brothers, and there was a bit of a thing going on with us and the stunt team. Just kind of digging each other out all day and stuff because we're both at their stunts. Anyway, and one of the stunt guys came in one day and said to me, "Tom Cruise is outside." And I thought, okay, he's winding me up. I'm just going to play it cool. And then I saw the stage door open, and I just saw this brown hair and these white teeth and this white T-shirt. And you've seen it your whole life on the big screen. And then there he was, and introduced himself to me. Shook my hand, and I was just kind of in a bit of a daze. And I went outside and I called my dad. I said, "Dad, guess who I've just met." And he's one of those guys, if you say, "Dad, guess how much this cost me?" He'd say, quit, just to win, But I said, "Guess who I've just met?" And he went, "Tom Cruise." I said, "Yeah, Tom Cruise. I just met Tom Cruise."
Don't spoil it. That was amazing.
Yeah,
fair play. Have you got a favourite band or singer?
Oh yeah, I've got loads, man. To say, a favourite singer. I like Elvis Presley.
Oh, fair enough.
I like Elvis.
What's the most amount of takes you've ever had to do?
It's probably something with my good friend Blake Ritter, who's got a very popular YouTube channel. We made lots of movies together, and we would just shoot him and I. That's how it started. And now some of them got millions of views. Please go check it out. I can't name the specific project, but it's definitely something with him because it was mainly just him and I, running camera, running lights, and trying to get things done. So but it's all those, it's that repetition, all those takes, all those
Yeah.
memories that really make you who you are when you go into the bigger films. So,
Yeah.
I owe him a lot.
Fair enough. And what's the most fun you've ever had on set?
The most fun I've ever had on set. Damn. These questions are really hard. I've had a good life and good times on set.
Oh no, what a great thing to say though. I mean, some people it's kind of like a specific thing, but I mean, it sounds like you've been having a ball with all of them.
I feel like River of Blood and Escape, both movies, and maybe Howard's a common denominator here, but we had a real blast. When you go to a location, that's Escape was in the Canary Islands, and River of Blood was in obviously Thailand, and we had a beautiful villa. We were all sharing different rooms, and we had a pool table, and a lot of the fun stuff happens around the
Oh,
pool table.
nice.
Jokes about the day, laughs. So I definitely say River of Blood. Yeah, we had some laughs that I'll never forget.
I like the fact he brought you back down to earth by taking you to Wales after that.
We
Cave in
still had
Wales
some
as
good
well.
yeah, we still had some good laughs. Believe me, in Wales, really, really good laughs. But all of them have been great. I think I didn't come into this, like a lot of people, very early from that kind of background where parents were in the business or whatever. I started a bit later, and I'd done a bunch of jobs. I'm still doing other jobs, to supplement, my life and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I never ever take it for granted when I'm on a film set. I just think this is just, I can't believe I'm here. I still have those moments. I can't believe I'm here. So I try and just stay present and think, wow, this will be over before I know it. So just drink it up and have fun. And I always try to do that.
Fair play. I mean, that's a great outlook. And like I say, it's certainly paying off because it comes over in the movies that you're making that it's not like a laborious. I know you're going through some hard stuff. Like I say, River of Blood was not an easy film to make, I imagine. But I mean, it comes over that you guys are just having a ball and having a time with some good friends and stuff. And it fills the movie with more heart than Hollywood can offer.
Oh, it's a really nice way of putting it. Thank you.
So, where can people see River of Blood at the moment?
So at the moment, it's only available to our friends in the USA.
Right.
So on video on demand, comes out on the 1st. So a bunch of platforms. Saban, I think, are dealing with the distribution. So check out their page; they'll direct you to where you got to go.
Okay.
And then I think for our folks in the UK, I think we're going to be a few months behind. So
It's in the good old days of how it used to be. I know when like Star Wars: The Phantom Menace came out, it was completely ruined because we had it like 2 months behind America. So excellent though. Like I say, River of Blood I will be reviewing when I get the chance to actually get a review up. But I had a blast with it and it was good fun. And meeting both Sarah and yourself, happy days. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Last Movie Outpost.
no, thank you, and look forward to coming back on in the future to talk about more movies.